Good morning and welcome to Quilt Chat. We are here today with Betsy Langford, and we have a special guest. Liz Hammonds is here with us. Liz is our Director of Education. You may know her if you've been to any of the AQS Quilt Week events. She's been around.
I'm around. I'm excited to be here.
It's great to have you.
Thank you. I'm excited to chat.
Yes. And you are Ann Hazelwood.
I am.
You didn't introduce you, so I had to.
Hey, it's just me.
That's great.
We have a couple of beautiful quilts to show you this morning.
We do.
They're different, a little different than our usual. They are baby quilts that were made by Lynda Smith, made and designed by Lynda Smith of AQS.
Yes.
And we have them for sale at Shop AQS.
You can get the whole kit and make them just like that.
Right.
I am a big fan of this dinosaur quilt. I think it is
Isn't
so
he
cute.
Little baby Bronto.
Yes, and I think
his
it would
name, right?
be little baby Bronto. It would be
Yes.
fun to do in some girly colors too. If you've
Wouldn't
got
it be
like a little
fun?
girl who loves
And
dinosaurs.
you can even make like baby Bo Bronto.
Oh my goodness! I'd love that idea.
Yes, it'd be so cute. They're a lot of fun.
So I have a confession. I've been working on a baby quilt.
Yes.
For a long time.
Oh.
So it was just like a kind of an easy quilt top that I made for a friend of mine. Her little baby Hazel turned 1. It was a gift for her first birthday in July.
Well, at least it wasn't a baby gift. Like
No,
being
yeah,
born.
right.
You've
So
got that.
I got that. So I think it's going to now be for like her 2nd birthday because
Well, that happens a lot.
yeah, my biggest struggle is quilting the thing. I got everything else ready. So whatever advice you people have out there for quilting a baby quilt, I'm here to hear it.
Yes. There's a lot of really cute, quick ways to get it done.
Yeah.
So let's see if we have some good suggestions for you. Help you out with that sweet little baby quilt.
If I could see the feed, I would be doing great here.
We're trying a new trick so that
We
we
are
can hear
trying.
you.
We're trying a new trick.
Yes, we want to see what you have to say. And so please share with us your ideas about baby quilts.
And if we don't see it, Sylvia
Yes.
is here to help us. So
And you
it's all
know, there are times you get in a crunch and there's a shower this weekend and you didn't know it was going to be this
Yeah.
weekend because surprise baby's coming early or we don't know how to count. One of those two.
Babies don't wait for your quilt to be done
No.
to be born.
Oh,
That's
that
one thing about
happens.
babies
It does.
that you do know.
Yes. And so, and you had a really clever idea for doing something just at the snap of a moment.
Well, you can take a piece of fabric of the most, whatever fabric, girl or boy or whatever, and quilt an online design. Or
That's
an
true.
online, freehand design, freemotion design. The words are not coming out today. Lori Kennedy did that on her blog, and we have a link to that actually in our next American Quilter magazine under on the web, that you'll be able to see the really cute pink quilt she did, that she added all
fun.
kinds of cute personal information, like address and name of the dog, and
Oh,
That's so
sweet.
cute.
That's kind of
things,
precious.
just things about the family that were very special to them.
Oh, that's
and so
fun.
the Inbox Jaunt is Lori's website, so you can check it out if you
She's
get
such
the
a creative
chance.
girl. My goodness.
Yes, because with her motifs or any motifs like that, you can really personalize a quilt and
It's so
make it
fun.
look great.
Yes. And so she just basically took whole cloth
Yes.
and quilted it up. And that's such a clever idea.
That is
So it
really
could
a
go
good
any way
idea.
that you wanted it to go. You could
Yes.
make a pictorial thing. You could make, you could almost turn it into blocks that were different, within
Yeah.
stitched lines.
You can almost make it like a baby book, like
You
even if
could.
you wanted to wait until that
Oh,
baby was
that's so
born and put,
cool.
weight
that's a
and
great
length and all of
idea.
that on there, the date, and that'd be a
That'd
really
be
good
so
keepsake.
cool. Oh,
I
that'd
love
be
that
sweet.
idea. Mindy Jacob says that simple meandering is not too hard and looks great, so I might have to try that on my quilt.
That's a good idea.
Thank you, Mindy. I'm going to
Yes.
work on it.
That's a great suggestion. And the best thing to do is work ahead
Absolutely.
and store up those baby quilts. And so whenever you're working on a project and you end up with leftovers, extras, or it didn't work out, so you have these blocks, those are always great things to start putting borders on and turn into a baby quilt.
Oh,
really good
Right?
idea.
And so you could take something that didn't quite work out like you planned and just repurpose it. And that way, sometimes, you end up with a couple of baby quilts out of a
right.
project
Excellent idea.
that might have died 6 years ago.
I had the opportunity to do something like that with some blocks that my mother had started before she passed away. And I pulled some of those blocks to make a baby quilt for my first grandson.
Oh, that's precious.
And it was, so they were done quilt as you go. So they were already stitched by her and hand sewn by her. So it made a really special gift.
Oh, that's a neat
and it was
keepsake,
not
too.
from me, it was from great grandma.
That's so sweet.
that is
She was able to
precious.
pass on a gift to them. I love that.
Are they that
Yeah.
precious? Yes.
Well, then if you work ahead, you know, you
Yes.
could have surprise baby friend, you know, just
Yes.
throw it out there. Here you go, I
There
made
it
this quilt
is.
for you. No
Ready to
problem.
go.
Ready to go,
Right,
last
right.
minute.
Yeah.
I love it.
And helps you clean up those UFOs, which we're always
Absolutely.
trying to do. Yes.
Always.
Always. That is true.
I cleaned my craft room recently, and I made a list on a whiteboard.
Oh, good for you.
of
It
the
all fit
things-
on a whiteboard.
yeah.
I'm so proud.
Well, I took the top 10.
There you go. That's one way to do
So
it.
I'm going to have the big privilege of checking things off, and
Oh, that feels good.
that is going to be my goal.
Yes.
Check them off.
And it's a great idea to use a whiteboard because it's always there for you to
Right.
see. You're not going to.
Oh, I think that would be
accidentally-
intimidating. Every time you walk into that room, look what you have not
No,
finished.
It's not that visible. I have it
Okay,
kind of
good.
around the corner.
Good.
So it's okay.
I wouldn't want to be stressed.
Good point.
So I was curious, girls, whenever you're figuring out what you want, color you want to make a quilt. So you're starting a new project. The sky's the limit. You could do it anything in the world. So how do you select what color you want to make your quilt? What things motivate you to choose a color?
Well, connecting it back to babies, of course you could do baby colors, but you could also do some of the non-traditional baby colors. A lot of baby rooms are going gray.
True.
Or maybe
With accent
gray
color,
and yellow
yeah.
or gray,
Gray and
pink.
yellow is a big one,
Yeah.
yeah. One thing I try to do is if it's a gift, and I don't know about you ladies, but sometimes when I think of a friend or a relative, there's a certain color that I associate with them. Like
Oh,
that's
good
like
idea.
a bright yellow person
That's
that when I think of
true.
them, or,
Oh, that's
or
so
you know,
sweet.
so I try to you know, make that quilt around that person's personality so that they'll like it and that it maybe reminds me of them. So,
Right.
That's a
That's
really
true.
great idea.
yeah.
I think that patterns give you a great idea.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you want to mimic a pattern, or you can go
Right.
into the fabric shop and see something that really inspires you, and you just
Yes.
can't live
Just
without
fall
it.
in love with it.
And or something that is on sale.
Oh, brilliant.
That's one way I choose colors.
That's a
sometimes.
fantastic way to choose a color. You know, one of our readers wrote in and said that she specifically makes all of her quilts to match her cat.
Oh,
So that way, whenever her cat gets fur all over her quilts, she can't see it.
that is brilliant. That is so smart.
I love it.
My dog, I have a 90-pound dog, and when I'm working on something, she likes to crawl under the table and lay on it like it's her very own quilt. So,
sweet.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. But all mine would have to be solid black, and I don't think that I can really sell anyone on that. So,
No, that doesn't work out.
Yeah.
And today we have cute little, this is a button boat to store little cute things in.
oh, it's adorable.
Isn't it fun? I love the buttons. They're just adorable. And this is really easy to do. Just it uses stiff stuff is the name of it.
Oh
And-
yeah,
And just a little fabric.
because
fuses
they are.
on.
You know, that's not just fabric. That has a
Right, it's-
papery feel.
Diff. And there's these cute little gifty card holders. And they just step down, and then you just wrap your little thing around you go the button. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And you got a little present
So it's
there.
just stitched around the outside.
Yeah.
If there's really not
Just
much
so
to that.
simple.
And that steps up the gift card gift, you
It
know, makes
does,
it really
it
personal.
does.
And you've done a little homemade, but yet you've still given them something they're going to spend and enjoy,
Absolutely.
right?
That's nice. That's nice.
Oh,
Oh, we have a suggestion
Oh.
from Ann Hazelwood. What do you
Ann
think?
Hazelwood, she's going to make a quilt. It's going to be
Red.
red.
No.
Ann is a great
Thank you, Ann.
collector of red and white quilts. So,
Yes. That is a
we
signature
enjoy.
color for Our Lady Ann Hazelwood.
She's even doing a lecture about her red and white quilts in Spring Paducah. I am so
Oh.
excited
That
to
is
see it.
Awesome. And aren't all the spring shows open now? So you can
They
register?
are? Yeah, absolutely. And you're going to want to be there because it's the release party for her Wine Country Quilts book series, too.
Which I
It's-
can't wait.
I can't wait to see.
Yes. That's coming soon.
Very soon.
So soon. It's so exciting. And so we've talked a lot today about a lot of fun things, haven't we?
We have, and I just want to reach out before we stop here and offer our thoughts and prayers to the Marshall County community. Marshall County is just about 20 minutes away from us, and they had a horrible tragedy yesterday. I have family who teach and attend the school there, and one of our coworkers has a daughter recovering in the hospital. And we just want to say we are thinking of you, we're praying for you, and wishing you a speedy recovery to Bella.
Yes.
Yeah,
All the
absolutely.
families.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Please keep leaving your comments. We love to hear from you, and be sure to let us know any questions you have, and we'll be happy to answer them next week.